So what I'm waiting for right now is a police officer to arrive. I just want to document the conversation for public accommodation, harassment, intimidation. So I can just move on from here.
Tobacco.
If there's nobody joining, so that's cool. Hey, just waiting for police. I don't know if they're going to take forever or not. I'm at Revolution Bookstore. I was here to cover both as a media or as a member of the press, an event that they advertised. In October 1917, blah, 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 led millions. They don't talk about the Hitler and Communist pact, 1937 or thereabouts to 1941. So I called the cops, Susan, and that's what I'm waiting for. So I'm going to ask them if they've heard about the harassment, intimidation, preventing me from accessing a public accommodation, which is what an open bookstore is, and document how we should handle these things moving forward. I want to make sure that there's not going to be, I'm not blocking the passageway. I'm waiting on the sidewalk, and we're just trying to figure out how Berkeley works here. If their discrimination is unlawful, and yet they, I don't know what they're going to do. Hopefully, everything works out. It's funny. They wanted my race. I just thought that was offensive. What does my race have anything to do with it, right? I should have just said I was a favored race. Maybe they would rush to my rescue.
What do you think of firearms?
Lawful is not, and constitutional isn't. Well, in any case, I won't. It's just popping off right now. Who asked what? I'm fine. I have it on the record. I'm trying to find out what the police response to something like this is, because it's I just want to document, on a civil complaint, what's going on. They said, what crime? And I'm like, harassment, intimidation, assault. If somebody comes out in the hallway and prevents you from passing, what crime is that? That's what they're asking me to define for them. They're the police officer. It just seems disingenuous. Oh, good. It's posted? All right, cool. So here we are at 619. Basically, a police department that doesn't rank constitutional rights important is going to not respond. But of course, they have priorities. I don't know what their typical response time is, but we don't have a football game going on. There doesn't seem to be any other disturbance in the area, and there is something going on here. But let me see what that is. Looks like fire. There's cars passing, so. This is what it would be like in Selma, is what I'm trying to describe to you guys, all right? So this is, if you were black in Selma, this is the type of tactics that they would use. If you were Japanese in California, this is what happened to my mom. This is what they don't understand. They want to intern people who they don't agree with, who they don't like, who they look. They had no idea who I was. They blocked me because they didn't like how I looked. That's the key thing is. They, you know, I mean, the parallel to Japanese internment is identical. Are you blocking me because I'm Japanese? Or of Japanese heritage? I'm American. Are you blocking me because I'm American? Sir? Earlier, I'm asking you, why would you harass me? Why would you intimidate me? And why would you assault me? What's your name? Are you an employee of the store, sir? Are you an employee of the store? Do you have a permit to have this out here? Is this illegal? Is this unlawful to have your books blocking public access? So that looks like a legitimate transaction, so I'll step away. See, I can't even learn what they're learning in here. That's why, I mean, how do I communicate with them? I'm obviously not speaking their words. But their words are just to smear me. They accused me of being something I'm not. Accused me of being a protected class that I'm not. Right here, this Constitution for the New Socialist Republic of North America. That's a revolutionary communist, Bob Avakian. Hey, can I come in with you?
Oh, I'm just going in to learn about the Soviet Union.
Exactly, I would like to also. You seem to have a lot of equipment with you.
Oh, no, I just have a boom box.
Right. I mean, I'm just saying, I only have a phone and I'm not let in here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I'll put this in here. And, go on in.
Is there a reason that differentiates the two of us? That you could articulate? I don't see it. You seem to have a lot more equipment than I do, so it can't be equipment.
Oh, yeah, well, the box is empty.
Right. I'm just saying.
I understand, yeah. Well, I can't, I don't know what happened when you talked with us.
All right, have a good day. So are you a prospective customer?
Leave this behind.
Excuse me, sir. Are you a prospective customer?
No, I just want to learn their...
So you have no admission... I'm just... What was the admission criteria? You know the mission criteria?
Have you ever seen this in a Patriot rally at all? Like, have you ever seen this, like, blocking
We would
people
not
out like
discriminate.
this?
We would not discriminate.
No.
No, but they let somebody in.
They took their time
We would
to put
never
all of that
discriminate.
stuff.
We're in
They took their time to block all of this.
But they will.
For what? If you really believe in your idea, find it.
I should have brought another phone to ask what their response time is. See the. See, here's the. I'm sorry. Here's the thing: is all they have to do now is wait for the time benefit to pass. You know, what, half hour? How long is one supposed to wait? Non-response. I don't show up. Oh, when we showed up, this is what it was like in Selma. This is what it was like to be black in the deep South. The liberals are no different than they were back then. They hallucinate characteristics that aren't there.
Look at that shirt. Ain't that racist?
Well, the thing is, the words change, but the ideas are the same. The ideas of racism. They looked at me. And they somehow just excluded me
Speak louder than words.
based solely upon what my looks were.
That shirt. I used to be a white American, but I gave
Hey, Jordan. Yeah, I'm trying to wait for the police response. I don't know, how long ago did I call? When I started this video. However long this has been going on, I started it right after I called. So, whatever the time period is, I'm sure these guys, Berkeley police are busy. They weren't expecting a big thing. I did talk to 2 officers on the street and told them I was coming here and that I didn't expect any trouble, and they said neither do we, so that was cool. So I've again tried to lay all the groundwork to do the right thing. Hey there, sir. Are you aware of discrimination laws about public accommodations?
What are the discrimination laws?
That if you're open to the public, then you can't just discriminate based on arbitrary and capricious hallucinated characteristics. There's no disturbance. It's just we don't like you.
California has a law that says you can refuse service to anyone.
No, it's they have actually the Ralph Act. It's called. You should look up. It's California Civil Code 51.7.
Yeah.
It's called the Ralph Act, and it was designed to prevent either side of the political
But if you're going
fascist.
to disrupt,
No, I was there to learn. I was there to be a customer. They created a block and assaulted me and wouldn't let me walk around them. Shined flashlights in my face.
well, they're afraid of you guys.
No, they're not afraid.
No, they are.
They're organizing. They're organizing domestic terrorism. It's like,
No, that's Antifa.
well, who do you think is Antifa? It's the same people. That's what I'm here to document. As a member of the press, as a member of the consumer, I want to hear there. I want to know what they're organizing. See, the thing is, all you got to do is layer it and make it seem like plausible deniability. But I've attended these before. Not Revolutionary Bookstore. I haven't been here. I just want to know. I just wanted to follow up on this. Look, it's a public sign there. It's a public meeting. I should be allowed, but they said no because. Because why? Because we wanted to. This is what it was like to be. This is what it was like to be in Selma. The skin colors and the words can change, but the actions are the same. Arbitrary and capricious discrimination.
As long as there's no death threats, because they've been getting death threats.
Oh well, I don't know death threats. That's yeah. How do you know they're not calling it in, right?
Well, they're playing back recording.
I know, but the way that
They're actually.
I'm sure they are, but how does that affect me? Don't they have death threats in the White House? Do they prevent everybody from entering the White House?
Well, if they have death threats, that's actually a federal offense.
I know, but how does that? Why would you even? Why would that remote possibility of something that has nothing to do with me affect me? As a public accommodation.
Yeah,
So,
they don't know who you guys are. And that's
what do you mean they don't know who you guys? I'm you.
Yeah, I know.
I'm you just walking up here with the
I've talked to
phone.
These people, they're afraid. Of
No, they're not afraid. It's they smear and they use deception and false accusations to create mob mentality.
Right.
I'm trying to do what Berkeley did back in the 60s and 70s. You know why? It's because my mom, if she was Japanese, she was prevented.
Every time these groups get together and have their demonstrations and it turns into chaos, I lose. I've lost $2,500 this year so far because people don't come to Berkeley when they know you.
That's my point. I've tried to communicate, but before April 15th, I was trying to talk to the mayor and the Chamber of Commerce to say, why don't we just throw a Patriots Day and invite people in? Commerce will solve the problem. Inviting people in.
But everybody's afraid.
No, they're not afraid. They.
There's a guy that drives through here. He runs red lights with a big American flag on it.
Well, that's illegal.
I know, but that's what.
I know. So what? So what? How does that have to do with me? Okay, so some random person. I know, but
I understand the group that you're with.
But also, somebody committed murder in Berkeley. Why don't you flag him also? There was somebody who just exposed themselves the other day.
Yeah,
Why don't you?
I
Why don't
know,
you
I
include?
wish.
I know, but why don't you also talk about
Because
that? Why talk
Berkeley-
about? But why associate me with some guy who's a red light runner? I'm not in a car.
associating you with anybody.
Well, it's
I'm just saying that
there's no rational reason. I asked for them to articulate. They didn't say fear. They just said we don't want you here. You can't do that. You can't discriminate arbitrarily. I'm here to either absorb and get educated and find out what words these guys are saying, because I don't know what words to communicate. Right?
You know, I understand.
Yeah.
I'm not communist. I am
Yeah,
totally against it.
Right. But my point
I'm
is
Marine.
don't.
But I want it to remain peaceful, because if it isn't peaceful, what happens is people from Walnut Creek, people from Oakland, people from other areas do not come to Berkeley when there's this going
Right.
on.
What causes the violence? You think it's the people visiting or the people in black mass? You think
the people in black mass
are the ones? Those guys are the communists. Those are they call them democratic socialists, but it's revolutionary communism. It's one and the same. It's revcom.us. You can look it up. It's all. I mean, and it's all in the.
But the Antifa, those are anti-fascists, right?
No. Anti-fascists. See, they say that they're communists because they say, "Oh, after Hitler stabbed us in the back in 1941 on the non-aggression agreement, they were BFS with Hitler before then. They had no problem with fascism." So I don't buy any of that crap. You know, they say anti-fascism. They're not blood related to any of these people. You don't get to have some type of grace of blood. What do they call it? Blood corruption, but blood divinity? Because you say a word and you act like it. That's what Hitler did. He said the right words. He said the right words and did the wrong things. They're saying the right words and doing the wrong things.
I don't believe in.
Well, I know, but I believe.
But I believe that.
I believe in commerce, and I wanted to go and be a customer.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to have this be a vibrant. Can you imagine how cool this would be?
In there. They don't just have communists.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. I think we're on the same page. We're protecting the same rights. It's just the problem is their poison is a virus because you think that they're fearful. They're not fearful. They're obviously not fearful of me. They harass me and they say the words, but they're not, because they obviously didn't fear me. They sent out goons. So, that's why it was important for me to come here as an individual and to show and to illustrate what the internment of Japanese, what it felt like to be a Japanese in California, or what it felt to be black in Selma. It's the same mechanism. It's the abuse of authority. So, have a good day. Hey, could I come along as your guest? Can I come along as your guest? Or is he allowed in? Does he have the right look? Well, I'm not allowed in here, so I'm just trying to figure out what physical characteristics it takes. What was the admission criteria for the other gentleman? I'm asking him because he's blocking the thing. I'm just trying to document. I'm trying to see if he's had a chance to think about it. I'm trying to engage. Is it a capacity issue, sir? Hey, I'm going to take one each of these. All right, thank you. Oh, I mean, can I please? Sorry. Can I? Thank you. I'd like one for November 4th. Excuse me. That's all. Thank you. Just one of each, that's it. That's all I asked for. Can I get a yellow copy too? It's just page separator. Oh well, sorry. Sorry. I'll get that. Let me please. No, I caused the problem. Let me pick it up. Hey, are you guys a spokesperson for any of these programs? Thank you, by the way. I appreciate it. You see, they're obviously, that was a demonstration that they're in league to do something because she prevented the accumulation of their propaganda. And then he said it was okay. Obviously, the optics were really bad. So, you know, it's, well, I don't know. I'm sure it's going to be peaceful on the 4th, but the words that they use are intimidating and harassing. Hey, sir, would you like to comment on what you saw in there? Can I get a statement on what you saw? No? Just to document that there's no film, no video. This is a public passage. They're the ones who are breaking the law. What are you talking about? I'm trying to see if there's a policy here to prevent me from using a camera to view their displays. What's a dox? Explain to me what that means to you. They use special coded words, I guess, that only applies. Can you define what a dox means, sir? Hey, I'm going to set the phone up toward the roof so I can fold the literature away, all right? So